Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This section tests your ability to pull specific details and procedural steps from everyday campus or professional announcements, so we'll practice scanning for key requirements and identifying the organization's purpose. Let's jump right in and sharpen those analytical skills. If you find these TOEFL strategies helpful, be sure to subscribe to myTOEFL for more expert tips to boost your score. Let's keep practicing and reach your goals together. Colonial Discovery Society. The title Colonial Discovery Society immediately sets a historical and academic tone for the notice. As an instructor, I always tell students that words like society often suggest a club or organized group, helping us predict that the text will involve member-related activities. Historic Settlement Field Trip Registration. This subtitle narrows the focus to a specific field trip registration, which is the core purpose of the text. It alerts the reader that they need to look for instructions on how to sign up for this particular event. Members planning to join the guided tour of the 18th century settlement ruins must sign up through the club's official event page by Friday. This sentence outlines the first step for members, stating they must sign up through a specific digital platform. The mention of by Friday establishes a clear deadline, which is a common detail tested in TOEFL reading notices. Participants should download the safety agreement and the sitemap from the member portal before attending the briefing. Here, the notice shifts to preparation, requiring participants to obtain a safety agreement and a map. The phrase before attending is a crucial logical marker, indicating that these documents must be secured prior to the next phase of the event. To secure a spot, you must bring the signed agreement and a small registration fee to the student lounge on Monday afternoon. To finalize the registration, the student must bring physical items to a specific location. The mention of the student lounge is a strong clue that this organization is likely based on a college campus. What type of organization issued the notice? The question asks us to identify the type of organization that issued this notice. We should look for context clues in the name of the group and the locations where they meet. Now, keeping this in mind, let's look at our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. A digital art gallery. While the notice mentions a guided tour, it specifically refers to settlement ruins rather than a digital art gallery. There is no mention of art or a gallery setting in the text, so we can eliminate this option. Now, let's examine option B. A professional law firm. The text mentions a safety agreement, but this is for a field trip, not a legal case at a professional law firm. Furthermore, the student lounge location strongly suggests an academic rather than a corporate environment. Here's option C. Let's break it down. A local transportation agency. Although the notice is about a trip, it is issued by a society for its members, not a transportation agency. The focus is on history and discovery, not the logistics of public transit. Let's evaluate option D together. A campus history club. This is the best fit because the Colonial Discovery Society name and the student lounge location clearly point to a campus history club. The activities described are typical for a student-led academic interest group. The correct answer to this question is option D, since the combination of the society's name and the campus location identifies it as a student history organization. How can the customer-student user complete the process? This question asks how a person can complete the process of signing up. We need to look for the final action required to secure a spot. Now, keeping this in mind, let's look at our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. By calling the office and booking a slot. The text mentions an official event page, but nowhere does it suggest calling the office. Because this method is not mentioned in the text, we must eliminate this choice. Now, let's examine option B. By paying online and emailing the group. The notice says to sign up online, but it explicitly states you must bring the registration fee to the lounge. This contradicts the idea of paying online, making this option a distractor. Here's option C. Let's break it down. By sending a letter to the settlement ruins. There is no instruction to sending a letter to the ruins. The text requires the student to go to the student lounge on Monday, which is a physical, in-person requirement. Let's evaluate option D together. By delivering a form and money in person. This option is correct because the text says you must bring the agreement and fee to the lounge. This is the definition of delivering items in person to complete the registration. The correct answer to this question is option D, which shows that the final step involves physically bringing the required items to the designated campus location. To succeed in the Read and Notice section, always differentiate between preliminary steps and the final requirements. Pay close attention to modal verbs like must and should to understand what is mandatory. Finally, always verify the specific location and time mentioned for completing tasks to avoid falling for common distractors.